The future of Otome games is here. I'm already holding it in my hands. Or should I say, 10 million people who already downloaded the game in the first week are already holding it in their hands and are already immersed in this new mobile Otome game. This ultra-realistic 3D animated gacha game, Love and Deepspace, might have changed how we play Otome games forever. It might as well be already the future of Otome games. Did you ever wish to really talk to your 2D husbando? Talk about your day, ask him what to cook for dinner, or just annoy him when you're bored? And yet enjoy an immersive and gripping sci-fi story with challenging yet optional fighting gameplay. Then the new, free mobile Otome game Love and Deepspace is for you. Originally released in Chinese by the same studio who also developed Mr. Love Queen's Choice, Love and Deepspace is testing new waters with their newest game. Never before has there been an Otome game with such highly realistic graphics and various immersive gameplay elements. Love and Deepspace tells the story of a sci-fi universe where creatures called wanderers are posing a threat to society. Luckily, there are people called hunters who protect the city with their magical powers called evil. But after a few chapters, you find out there's more to the increasing attacks of the wanderers, the evil, and the energy that keeps attracting the wanderers, and your special role in this fight. In this fight against evil, there are three coincidentally very hot guys potentially supporting you in this fight so far. Your childhood friend and now cold Dr. Day, a mysterious hunter Seiya, and a coquettish artist Homura. Those at least are the Japanese names, as the game can be played in 4 different languages. In English, Japanese, Chinese or Korean. Not only in the respective text, but also with full voice acting. And almost everything in this stunning game is voiced. Admittedly, the interactive story that plays out like an interactive movie might not even be the reason why 10 million players were drawn to this game within the first week. The first reason is probably the realistic and impressively breathtaking 3D graphics. I would have never expected mobile games would ever look that stunning. The style reminds me very much of a console game praised for the realistic graphics, like Detroit on the PS4 a few years ago. And now we don't need a powerhouse console anymore apparently, but have those 3D husbandos directly at the palm of our hands. The game even recognizes the capability of your phone to give you the best possible resolution and the best possible experience with your HD love. And seeing this really makes me think how far we've come in innovation and graphic design and what else there's to come. The other reason why the hype is real for this game are the character interactions. Let me phrase it like this. Yeah, okay, you can freaking touch him whenever and wherever you want. Okay. I could probably end this video here because all the horny maidens you've already downloaded the game via the link in the description and pinned comment and don't care about the rest of the video. If you're still here though, thank you. And let me show you some more features this interactive game offers. So on the home screen you can always poke the poor guy, but also ask them what to cook and even talk about your day. And seriously, the answers are, while limited, definitely well written, sensitive and suit the situations you are talking about. You can feel his heartbeat through the vibration of your phone. And I had a real doctor have a look and she said it's actually accurate. So they really did a great job there as well. Who would like to listen to a non-physiologically accurate heartbeat? And I did a non-representative study with 2 friends asking me if they felt more connected to Ney after they felt his heartbeat, and they agreed. They are now also convinced that Ney exists in real life as well. It's proven. Even more realistic and embarrassingly immersive are the gacha cuts, where you have a very intimate conversation with the guy and can touch him on various places to see his reactions. It's stunning. I wish every Otome game had this feature. But don't tell anyone I said that. I have a reputation to protect. And I think those 2 highlights of the game design are even more emphasized by the first-person perspective of the game. While you can customize your heroine in endless details, the game's story and interactions are told from the first-person perspective. This can be shown by slight camera shakes, like if you're breathing or looking around, so the phone starts feeling like a window in a different world. And even head movements of the heroine causes shifts in perspective and are even used to create more tension and surprise in the storytelling when you can't see everything what is going around you. And talking about the first person, the heroine really is a sassy lady. As a hunter and thus protector of the city, she is confident and also enjoys teasing the guys. So definitely not your typical blonde, self-insert mobile Otome game heroine from the older generation Otome games. Similarly interestingly written are the other characters, my favorite being the cold doctor, who hides his sweetness behind his stoic face. But also the mysterious hunter and the bratty artist promise to have layers of character traits only waiting for you to be discovered. Not only do you have meaningful interactions with the characters in the main story, but also outside the story. You can unlock special events and chapters with them, and the funny, touchy-feely interactions of the gacha cards are just the tip of the iceberg. Way more content is waiting for you in the, how to call it, like respective drama CDs to the gacha cards. With each of a 4 or 5-star gacha card, you unlock around a 10-minute voice drama that tells a special story with a character, like a romantic meeting between the two of you, and that is of course accompanied by a beautiful illustration. And the story can be listened to in the background with your phone screen turned off. Do you get what that means? You can put him in your pocket and take him for a walk and listen to his voice wherever you want to without being suspected of being an otaku in the public. And that wasn't all. He can even help you fall asleep, and you can create a playlist with his ASMR readings. I just wish he could also wake you up. And those audio dramas of course also include ASMR aspects, when you hear him breathe, or dummy head mic scenes where you hear him walk around you or hear him directly whisper into one of your ears. And then you can even save your favorite voice line to listen to his sexy voice acting whenever you want to. Normally you would have to buy a drama CD in order to get this experience, but here they are included and they are amazing. I just wish you could also listen to the music like that, because the soundtrack is absolutely beautiful, soothing and relaxing. If you want to relax though, you can also hold his face, and I kid you not, it's indeed weirdly relaxing. And of course you can also go on dates with your beloved. Those include taking pictures in different poses and clothes, and it's really fun, definitely try it out. Other fun activities include playing crane games in various forms, and when you cheer him on there is a chance he might use his magical powers in order to cheat for you. Or you can play a kitty card game. And with every interaction there's a chance he'll post about it on social media or write you a message, and you can unlock phone and video calls with him. So plenty of time to relax and enjoy some time together with your boys. Perfect to balance out the more serious tones the main story strikes. Seriously, it's quite serious. And even shocking at times. And if that wasn't enough to already be an amazing game, there also are gameplay and gacha elements, as in card collection. The story is that you're protecting the city from evil, right? And this is where the fighting gameplay enters the scene. If you've already watched some reviews on my channel, you might know I'm not the biggest fan of gameplay. I mostly find it annoying. But this one is different. No, it is action gameplay, which for me would have been a reason to never pick up the game. But I'm so glad I did. What stands out the most to me is that you fight side by side with your boy. You don't play a supporting role. No, you stand side by side to face the enemy together. That means you can perform attacks together, and he even might protect you when you fail to evade an enemy attack. And, oh yes, of course, he says sweet things all the time. And I don't need to mention that the animations look absolutely amazing. So you have beautiful animations, beautiful voice acting, and a fighting system that makes you feel closer to the character. And the battle gameplay itself was also so much fun. I usually suck at action gameplay, and for everyone who doesn't like gameplay, there's a super convenient auto battle function that gets the job done. But even for reaction noobs like me, I just equip a weapon for ranged attacks, because I can't evade because I don't have reflexes, and run away when I need to. And somehow it works. And I absolutely admire how the different weapons also have different attacks and different special attacks and different effects. So the gameplay is more than simple button mashing, which kind of works as well, but there also is a lot of room to improve and develop tactics, and yet it is accessible enough that someone like me, who has never succeeded in any action game ever, can get a hold of it and even have fun. Maybe you're also into visual novels, because not every game has to be Dark Souls, but I can guarantee you that you'll still have fun with this accessible action gameplay. As this is a gacha game, you not only need to hone your own skills, but also level up the other characters. For that reason, you need to equip different cards cards you pull from the gacha mechanic that raise the character's stats. You gacha for the cards and level them up by grinding resources. For everyone who has ever played a gacha mobile game, this is pretty typical stuff. But what makes the game stand out in my perspective is that you don't really feel the grind. I feel the pacing of the grind and leveling up and progressing the story is very well paced and well matched with the progress in the story. So if you do your daily activities, you can easily progress in the story while leveling up your cards. And the best of all is that you can skip the battles. So you never have to wait for your daily repeated battles to play out, but just skip and you're done with your daily activities, have all the resources, can level up the cards and can progress the story. And I really love that I don't have to wait in front of the screen and feel bored. Quite the contrary, actually. You can spend hours in the game and only notice the time has passed because your phone battery suddenly depleted. I also have the impression so far that you can play this game without having to spend money. You can get gacha tickets just by doing in-game tasks, and the battles so far aren't that hard that you would need high-level gacha cards in order to succeed. So overall, I am pretty satisfied with the gameplay. So much like I was never before with any mobile Otome game, or frankly, any Otome game for all that matters. And you know, I've played some. To sum it up, to me the game stands out with its graphics, immersive storytelling, engaging yet accessible gameplay, and thus accomplishing what only few games accomplish. Making the characters feel real and making the bond between you and the characters feel real. That you really feel connected to the characters. I might or might not have written this review together with Day. Well, he also did some work and talked to me from time to time. But we can also enjoy each other's company in silence. What also is an interesting question for me, and maybe it also is for you, how will this game feel for a first-time mobile gamer or someone who usually plays console Otome games, like me? The fact alone that it is fully voice-acted, be it the main story, be it the additional stories, be it partly the funny interactions, includes for me one of the biggest similarities to console games. What you have to keep in mind though is that you have to do your daily tasks in order to level up the cards and thus advance the story. But as I said, this feels so easy and smooth that it shouldn't stop you from trying out the game. Another huge and potentially confusing difference to console games is that the main story is not connected to the extra episodes of the cards or the extra chapters you unlock. As far as I can tell, while there are romantic interactions in the main story, there isn't really something like a romantic progression in the main story. Maybe you can see it a bit like a common route and then you play the character routes in the cards as little episodes. Some cards even hint at some things that happened in the main story, but most of them are not connected to the main story and are just little fun episodes and sweet time with your husbando for the sake of sweetness. My tips for the game obviously are to always complete your daily tasks, but as I said, this can be done in like a minute, and those daily tasks lead you to all the main game features. Remember to log in 2 times a day to get the daily energy bonus, the energy you use to venture out on the battles to grind resources for the cards, progress in the story, unlock additional features, increase his affection to unlock even more stories with him. You get the drill. There are very useful battle tutorials, or just use auto battle or the ranged attack wand that unlocks at some point because it also heals you and you can, attack from the far, run away without getting hurt. That's my noob approach at least. I also think it's advantageous to level up cards of all the different characters because of their different colors. The color of the card matches the color of the battlefield, you get a little boost. But just by following the daily, weekly and event tasks, you will have plenty to do and get easily into the game, even if it's your first mobile or first Otome game. That's why this game can be easily recommended to everyone who's slightly interested in hot boys. You can experience a tragic story with them, enjoy relaxed time together, or let him make you feel at ease. The game is all about your experience with your now 3D men. 2D men were yesterday, 3D men are the future. Like I said in the introduction, I really wonder where mobile games will go from here. As Love and Deepspace set a new and high benchmark, will our fictional husbando someday be able to react to our facial expressions in the phone camera? Will visual novels turn more into interactive movies? Will our 2D men become more and more alive? What I also wonder, Can games like this have the potential to decrease loneliness? Or could talking to him and listening to him encourage you to go on a walk, or even give you some more motivation to go to the gym together with him? Of course, we all know games are not reality, and that one needs to be cautious of a gacha or game addiction. And yet I cannot help but wonder which positive effects a game like this will have on our life. So don't miss the future of Otome games and experience this awe-inspiring game yourself.